What's up, everybody? It's Head Clover here, and I'm coming back to you guys with another video. Unfortunately, on my main account, I am banned on this game, so I am going to have to hop on a burner account. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. I'm only 23 years old, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an unk or anything. But, I've had my fair share of experiences. I've lived my fair share of experiences. I've seen my fair share of things. The first thing I do want to touch up on is learning about money. I feel like money is such a big pivotal thing now, especially the way life is. Along with that topic, when you're young, most of the time you do live with your parents depending on the situation and the route you do go once you finish school and stuff like that. A lot of you guys will, start jobs. I'm not saying this is for everybody, but I feel like at that age, you really don't have a lot going on to have that many responsibilities and priorities going on. Like I said, this is not for everybody, so if this isn't for you, then ignore that part. Obviously, everybody's situation is different. At the end of the day, no matter what, you're still going to need money, especially nowadays. Price ranges have skyrocketed. Like the other day, I went to the store and I seen a carton of dozen eggs. It's like $50 or something. Like I swear to God, it was like 44 something. I'm not even joking when I say this. That's like, and I live in California, so that's almost, if you do the math, that's almost as much as what you would pay for a gallon of gas out here. If not either around the same amount or the exact same, depending on where you go in the gas station. But gas is pretty expensive out here, and to have eggs like that, it is also very expensive. And that's why I bring this up, because when you also take that into consideration, you got to learn how to spend your money, where to put your money, what to spend your money on, what's really worth it or not. It's like, trying to get ahead. Like, obviously, when you start touching money, you do want to splurge. You do want to get something, your hard work. You want to show your hard work off, right? Whether that be in a car, clothes, a house, or jewelry, or whatever it is, materialistic things, or it doesn't even have to be materialistic things. But at the end of the day, you want to save your money, but you don't want to save your money. Like, you want to save your money to have money. Like, you don't want to go around blowing all your money, but at the same time, you can't save yourself rich, right? You're not gonna get rich or be able to, you just can't save yourself rich. It's not a possibility. It's not a thing unless you're just blowing, throwing money out there. But for like the average person, in your lifetime, saving yourself rich is probably not the best option to do for you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, whether you're a stock person or whether you're not a stock person, you're a business person or not, finding out where you want to throw your money into, where's your best asset, what are you best at, what can you do with your money, how am I gonna multiply my money, how is this money that I'm saving up gonna make money for me. That's the whole goal. And based off my experiences, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the best with money, but I feel like I'm pretty, I kind of know more or less what to do with my money. Budgeting is very important. Always budget no matter what. Live in between your means. Don't ever overspend. You're always going to be stuck in a paycheck to paycheck type of ordeal if you kind of don't try to get your finances in check at a younger age. Because, there's people now that are like in their 30s, or even 40s or 50s, or even millionaires, or people that just have money that just, they just don't have really good spending habits. They don't understand how to budget money, because there can be a millionaire, and that millionaire can be a lot poorer or a lot less wealthier than the person that makes 50K a year, and they're living a more happier and better life because they knew how to budget their money than the person that has $1 million and spends 900,000 of it, and now they're left with 100,000 and they don't know what to do with that money, and they're broke now, compared to the person who makes 50K a year and they're living in between their means. They're living a less stressful life. They don't have to worry about bills all the time, paying this, paying that. How am I going to get this, get that? Learning how to budget, and also learning how to budget correctly and live between your means, can go a long way. And I missed. Wow. He almost killed me. I would have cried. At the end of the day, it's not a bad thing, because at least you did what was good. You had good intentions. You reap what you sow, right? If all you do is good and all you want to do is righteous, and that's what you choose to do no matter what the circumstances, at the end of the day, some point in your life, that's what you're going to receive back. But also, to add to that, like I said, you're in your 20s. You're in a very creative state. Always try to go double your money. Hopefully you're not in a situation where you have to, grow up fast. But, if you have no kids, you have no responsibilities really, and you're just working, you have money, go explore, Go try to make a business. Start young. Go fail, right? Failure is the biggest teacher, and you don't learn more than when you fail, right? That's when you know what not to do, what works, what doesn't, and I feel like there's nothing more important than that. You have better opportunities. You're able to put your foot into a lot more doors. You know, get a group of friends and get your money together and start a business. Go do something and then branch off and, you know, do something with that. Always find a way to just improve and, you know, find a way to be successful with your money. Don't let your, you know, let your money work for you. Don't work for your money. You know, that's I feel like that's always the end goal. And going based off what I just said, that's going to lead me to my next topic, which is going to be learning how to take risk. I feel like taking risk can take you a long way, and I feel like when you're in your 20s, you don't really have much to lose. Obviously, make it, you know, I'm not saying go risk it all and you're gonna, you know, you're gonna go earn something or you're gonna earn a reward or something or the return's gonna be great. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot of failure, a lot of trial and error. But if you're going in with the mindset, okay, that if I'm failing, there's obviously room for improvement. So you always gotta go in with the mindset that, okay, if I fail, I'm still winning. You always have to celebrate your failures as well, because at the end of the day, you're not really failing. If you're failing and still learning something, did you really fail? Start building a foundation for yourself. Nothing could go wrong, and at least in your 20s, if something does go wrong and, you know, one thing didn't work, then guess what? You can hop on the next and continue from there, and if one thing didn't work, then you can try the next thing, and if that didn't work, then you just keep going until you find what works and what works for you. You know, especially in something that you like. My next topic I do want to talk about is taking risks. Like I said, taking risk goes a long way. You know, high risk, high reward. Low risk, low reward. Risk is very important depending on how you use it. If you're able to use risk to your advantage, you know, it could take you a long way.
Enemy spy plane incoming.
Also, with taking risk, especially at a young age, I feel like at that time it allows you to be very selfish. Which is, I mean, most of the time being selfish is not really a good thing, but I feel like in this situation it is. It gives you a chance, you know, it gives you a chance to be selfish. You're not always going to be selfish, but these are things that no one's going to tell you.
Enemy care package inbound. Spy plane ready for deployment. Friendly spy plane inbound. Enemy spy plane above.
And obviously when I'm saying selfish, I'm not like, you know, saying just only think about yourself and leave others out or, you know, anything like that. I don't mean it in a negative way. When I'm saying being selfish as in taking to risk, when I say be selfish, when I'm talking about taking risk, I'm talking about like be selfish as a way as pursue your goals and pursue what you want to do without anybody getting in the way, right? Because obviously there's going to be people in your life that are always going to try to there's always going to be people in your life that, you know, don't want to see you win. They want to see you fail, or they just don't want to give you the advice because in some way they have envy and, you know, they don't want to see you doing better than them. So when you're in your early 20s and you're thinking about, you know, starting a business or you want to be successful or this and that, like I said, no one's going to come save you. No one's going to help you. You're the one that has to do the work. So if you have to be selfish to be successful and wealthy at the end of the day, then so be it. Take the risk. At the end of the day, you're the only one. At the end of the day, you have everything to lose, but everything to gain. Explore your options. Pursue your goals no matter what. You know, if you have a dream, go for it. Go for it all the way. Commit to it 110%. Go above and beyond. Let people know you're serious. My last thing I want to say before I go and I end this, you know, If you don't already, this is going to go a long way, just because you're going to get into a lot of relationships in your life, or you might just get into a relationship that's, you know, you're going to get all types of relationships, whether this is, you know, a relation, you know, whether this is a, you know, friend relationship, you know, a relationship with another person who you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Regardless, you're going to get put into a position at some point in your life where you're going to question the love for yourself. And I feel like in your early 20s, you should find a way to love yourself and love yourself to the max, because no one's going to love you the way you love yourself. And I feel like there's nothing more important also than self-love. I wish somebody would have told me or talked about me about self-love, because at some point in your life you're going to go through some type of heartbreak where you're going to question the love about yourself, or you're going to think that because this person didn't love you a certain way that you shouldn't love yourself the way, and you're going to try to talk down yourself. You're going to, you know, you're going to start to doubt yourself, right? Or have negative thoughts about yourself, and that's obviously what we don't want. The faster you realize that loving yourself is the best thing you can possibly do, the better life gets, because at that point you don't care what anybody says, you don't care what anybody, you know, thinks about you. You should spend the entirety of your life, I mean, you should even have to wait till your 20s to, you know, love yourself. I feel like you should love yourself from the beginning, from when you possibly can. Find a mentor. I will leave you with that last thing. I thought I was done, but I'll leave you with this last thing. Find someone with the life that you want. Find someone who's at a place that you want to be at, and see if they can mentor you. That mentor can be, you know, a brother, it can be an uncle, it can be your father, it can be a superhero, it can be a fictional character, it can be a YouTuber, podcaster, it can be anybody. As long as they fit what you want to be like in life, and they fit your expectations. Alright everybody, that'll be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, peace.